We have a new horror icon.
Hello, I'm Ryan Donato.
Hello, welcome back to another Heart Review, and I am here to talk about the horror movie that's sweeping the nation this weekend. We have Terrifier 3. I had avoided the Terrifier franchise. It just seemed like something that I wasn't super duper into. I didn't even really know about it until 2022 when the second one came out, and it actually was quite a big hit. But I went and did my research, so this character comes from a movie called All Hallows Eve, and then Damien Leone did a short about Art the Clown, and then they did a movie called Terrifier in like 2016 for $35,000, which, by the way, for a movie that cost $35,000, it's really good. I haven't seen All Hallows Eve or the short or anything that came before this, but the first Terrifier gets a lot of flack from people, and I kind of think it's the best one, not to spoil how I feel about Terrifier 3 here. I think it's the best one the same way that I think the first John Wick is the best one. Like, it's the one that introduced us to this iconic character. It really did the concept in the most succinct way, whereas the sequels are way longer and try to delve into all this lore. The horror genre is known for these 90-minute flicks, especially the less serious, more goofy type horror movies, the more campy horror movies like Terrifier. So that one coming in at like 88 minutes is like, that's perfect. And people are complaining about the narrative or the characters, which, by the way, suck. If it's under 90 minutes, it's like, okay, I don't really have to hang out with them that long, and I don't have to be on this journey for very long. I'm just going to enjoy the intermittent kills from Art the Clown, and that's cool. The second one is way longer. It's like 2 hours and 18 minutes, which is absolutely ridiculous. No one needs to spend that much time here. Damien Leone was kind of responding to a lot of takes that people had about the first film, like that it was misogynistic, which I didn't really get it too much. Like, it's a trashy horror film, sure, and it doesn't portray the women in the movie in a very like positive light, but they're just killing fodder, you know, so I didn't really like take it personally. Oh, that's how he views women or anything. Even here in Terrifier 2, I'm like, oh, you didn't really fix that problem, Damien. I didn't feel like that movie was any kinder to women than the first movie was. And I feel like he was trying to beef it up. I think he thought that this was the last time he was going to get to do it. So he was like, okay, let me really pack everything in. I'll make it as long as I want. It'll be this big horror epic, twice as much Terrifier. Let's make it 45 minutes longer. Let's have all this more story and, you know, invest more in our main characters, delve into the lore of Art the Clown. Happy for him. I'm sure he made the exact movie he wanted to make. I love the Halloween setting, but Terrifier 2, that's where I was like, sorry. Like, I gave the first one a 3 because I was like, hey, for a $35,000 movie, this is awesome. You know what I mean? And I really do appreciate the idea of a filmmaker wanting to create a new horror icon in today's day and age where we're just resurrecting every single franchise and rebooting and remaking. And so getting a new thing is cool. And I know the franchise, it Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 from 2017, 2019, that's kind of cornering the clown market. I see Joker up here in my corner now. Yeah, Joker is also, you know, a big clown thing, but it's a very different type of clown horror compared to like an It, where it is actually just a dude. It's black and white, it's non-verbal. It does have a very like recognizable look. The performance is so vastly different. I mean, I love what Bill Skarsgård was able to do with Pennywise, but what the guy, I forgot his name, does for Art the Clown is really great. It's not even the same guy from the original, like from All Hallows Eve. I think it's like a different guy because the original guy got too old or whatever. But yeah, no, this new guy, he's also in The Mean One. He plays the mean one. Second movie, way too overblown. I really don't care for the narrative and the characters, and we spend so much time with them. And I was like, I just don't think that Damien Leone is a very good writer-director at all. Like, don't get me wrong, I thought that the first one was really cute, but this one, not it. Third movie, I'm like, well, I've invested in so much, so I really do like the Christmassy type feel to it. I think that adds another element. My buddy Steve really loved that. I agree in the sense that Christmas is such a happy, wholesome time, so when you contrast it with this horror vibe, then it works so well. That being said, this is a lot like the second movie in that it's way too long. It's 2+ hours. The human stuff is so boring and doesn't matter to me at all. I do not care. And honestly, it feels like with certain characters, we just didn't have anywhere to go with them. Like, I think the little brother character here is only there because obligation. Also, I had a hard time like understanding how old everyone was in this movie. Like, I don't know, just where they were at in their life. I was like, how old are you? How old are you in the second one? The gore in these movies is really awesome, and especially knowing like how practically that Damien Leone does do it, it definitely adds a lot to the scares in this movie. And, you know, I'm not a big gore guy. Like, I love the first Saw movie, but not because I'm like, oh yeah, cut it off. You know, it's really gross and it makes me really queasy, but it's not something like I'm like horrified by. That being said, Art the Clown is like a really sinister villain, a really sinister horror icon. I really do support, you know, the fandom of this movie. I'm really happy that the horror genre feels like there's something being added to it. That being said, I'm just not really a fan of these movies. I'm happy that I'm done watching this franchise. now there's gonna be a fourth film, I've heard. I hope they continue with the trend of holidays. My suggestion, I think it would be kind of cool to do a Valentine's Day type beat, because you just did Halloween, you skipped Thanksgiving, you went straight to Christmas. So let's skip New Year's Eve, skip MLK Day. Nobody wants to see what Art the Clown is doing on MLK Day. And I'll see the fourth movie. I just hope that it's not this stupid long. I don't know. There's just not for me. There's some jokes here and there that I think are good. There's a kill specifically in this movie that is like, wow, that's really crazy that you did that. And you're showing that to me right now. Nuts. But yeah, no, these aren't for me. I'm very sorry. This one I'm giving a 2 out of 5. I gave the second one also a 2 out of 5. The first one a 3 out of 5. So a very mid horror franchise. So while I do support the franchise in spirit, and I'm really happy to see everyone really enjoying it, it is one where I'm like, sorry, I'm not in the inner circle here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Why don't you guys tell me what your favorite Terrifier movie is? I am an original man, and I am in the minority, but you know, I'm so different.